Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Midwest TRMBS Outdoors. That's right, baby. It's getting warmer, and that means unless you live in a crazy fucking tropical climate, it's time to go outside. Time to get shit done. And I'm here to help you do that. We're gonna start simple today. You managed to get yourself out into the wilderness, but you were smart enough to watch my bug out bag video and brought some shelter with you. So today, I'm gonna teach you how to set up a tent. You're gonna be like, let's just get in and set that bad baby up. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're actually gonna wanna open this thing. See all the meaty innards that are in there. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Your old tent smell. Oh, look at that. This is not the tent. This is just to go over to the top so you don't get rained on through the screen. This bag of beautiful right here is your tent. Now you can see it's packaged properly. You're just gonna wanna undo all that good work and observe that this is really kind of an easy thing. I don't know why I have to make a video to teach you, but you know, some people just can't get it together. This is there for them, and maybe if you want to just laugh at the comments while I do this, you'll notice that you have these things, and you're like, TRMBS, that does not look at all like anything tall enough for a tent. Well, let me tell you, they actually expand. Now you're saying, TRMBS, this thing is way too tall. I can't even see the top of this thing in the frame. And again, like, honestly, like, the first thing that I gotta tell you is, like, being outdoors, you gotta think a little bit. So use, like, they say humans use like 10% of their brain power. This takes like 2.5%. This takes less time than it does to scroll through YouTube and find a stupid video about some guy setting up a tent. Doesn't that look like a lot more like a tent now? Perfect. All right, so you're gonna wanna do that twice. Look at it, it's like magic. It's all got these little ropes that hold it all together. Not gonna tell you the brand of the tent, because guess what? All tents go put together basically the same way. Unless you got one of them big family size ones, and then in which case you probably shouldn't go camping and you should regret your decision to have kids. Now you're saying, TRMBS, we got our poles, we made sure everything was in the bag. Now what? How do we turn this little weird thing into a tent? Well, again, 2.5% brain power. You lose like more brain power scrolling through TikTok endlessly for hours a day than you do setting up a goddamn tent. Okay, so we unfold it. Make sure you don't trap anything underneath. All right. So then you're gonna look for these weird ridges. Put poles through. The ridges are right here. You'll notice there's a hole in it. You put the pole through the hole. Put the pole through the hole, okay? Kind of like sex, but if you're watching this video, you know, it's anyone's guess. And then you just feed that right through. And unlike those posters in your mom's house that say, dance like no one's watching, you can set this up however the fuck you want. You'll notice, wait, that there are two holes, one on opposite sides, okay? That is because we're gonna cross these in the middle. Instead of tightening everything down right away and trying to make a tent, don't fucking do that. Leave the pole on the ground. You're gonna have a really bad time. You try to set this up and then you're just like, oh, I know how this goes, and then you start setting it up right away with only one pole in it. But you don't realize that you're a fucking idiot, and that's not what you do at all. That's why I'm here to help you. Take your other pole, and much like we did this one, we're gonna do the other one. Again, do not, under any goddamn circumstances, put this thing up and say, oh my God, this is so hard. Again, notice the ridges that have holes in them, that's where the poles go. Put the pole in the hole. Some people will tell you gotta do it real gentle like, but I think you could just kind of ram it in there. You're not gonna hurt anything. Just ram it in there. I think, you know, the tent likes it better that way. You like it better that way. You know, if you want to be gentle and want to be a little sissy man, yeah, I guess you could go ahead and just gently put it through. And just, you know, look at that. It just works itself out. And you'll notice that I didn't have a struggle with that because I didn't have half of this goddamn thing up in the air. That's like, basically I could have made the whole video just that. Like, don't put the whole goddamn thing together at the same time. You're like, okay, we've got a tent, but it's all on the ground. What do I do? Using some of that brain power that you were born with, maybe, you'll notice another pole. That pole in the hole. It's crazy. It's like the whole goddamn thing is putting poles inside of holes. It's like life, really. It's a metaphor. And now you're gonna want to make sure you keep tension on the other one. You're gonna do that by doing that. God, it's okay to swear a little bit when you're setting up a tent. That's part of the process. Now I got this weird oblong mess, but that's fine, because I swear if you keep watching, this will be a tent soon. Put the pole in the hole. You can jam it in there, you can put it gently in there. Doesn't matter. At the end, you'll have a tent. It's kind of the same way that ice fishing goes, you know. You think about it, put the pole in the hole. But maybe that's for next time or something. We're gonna worry about that later, because that's just semantics. You put the pole in the hole. Now you put 4 poles in holes, and then 6, I guess, if you count the other ones. Trumps, why the fuck are you teaching me this? You're a fucking idiot. This doesn't look like a tent at all. And to which I'd say, just fucking calm down, okay? We got this. We got a fucking mess. But if you notice, holy shit, it's almost like a whole goddamn tent now. You'll notice we're still caught kind of up here. So you're gonna want to untangle that. You've got a tent and fucking everything. You can set it up wherever you want. I mean, not wherever you want. You could flood the damn thing. I'd tell you where a good place to set it up would be, but I feel like I could get another video out of that, you know? Really, milk the algorithm. Tune in next time. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that video, because use your brain. Throw that in there. You'll notice these little clips. That's to keep more tension on the edge of the tent, so it can better provide runoff for any rainwater that you might encounter. If you want, this provides good cover if you happen to be in a park, to be able to piss behind some cover so the cops don't come after you and the government tell you where you can't piss. Then you throw the last bit over top. You can tie this. Honestly, it's a little bit more runoff. It's a little bit better. Oh shit, I have seams. That's because you put it on the wrong way, dumbass. You gotta put it on the other way. And you'll notice also that this is probably on the wrong way. Actually, it doesn't fucking matter. This has got a little hook. You're gonna put that into the little ring down there. Put the pole in the hole. See, it's got a theme. You notice some of these extra strings here. This is for if you're really gung-ho about shit, you can untie these and then stake them down. You're probably gonna wanna stake the rest of the tent down too. You'll notice in the bag, you got stakes. Okay, let me show you, because I guess that's why we were making the video, because you're a little bit, how do I say this without saying dumb? Put the pole in the hole in the ground. But don't make a hole in the ground, so it's not gonna stick as good. And that's your tent. Shelter. Voila. Now if you want to take it down, just do everything you did in reverse, okay? And when you pack it all up, make sure it fits back in your bag. And that I'm not going to show you, because you know you've been building Legos for your whole life. You can figure out how to put stuff small enough to fit in the bag that it came out of. Okay? And you'll be saying, Troms, you got extra pools. You know, honestly, that's just to make it look nice. This will function just fine. It's not raining, and we don't need the extra tension to prevent the drip off. So that's all you need. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next time. Midwest Troms Outdoors.